make sure that you are very clear that why you're going for Hajj. What is your intention? What exactly you want to achieve? It is just like, okay, my friend is going, okay, let's go this year. Not like that. So make sure that you are very clear about your intention, about your niyyah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he has summarized everything in one narration. He said that when a person goes for Hajj and he or she does not commit any sin, does not involve in any argumentation, and do not have any intimacy with the spouse, they return as though as they are born on that day. It's a new birth. For example, as we all know, when a person becomes Muslim, all the previous things are clean. They became like this, a clean slate. Hajj is going to serve the same role, the same purpose in your life. The Zahir of the Hajj. Then the other one is dealing with the inner spiritual side of the Hajj. And as human beings, we are a compound entity. We are these physical bodies and we are spirit. Likewise, all the rituals, all the act of ibadat, they are all same. They have the apparent structure, but inner soul as well. So inshallah, we try to learn both of them so we can have a balanced approach in our life, not only in Hajj, but in all the rituals, inshallah. Now, I'm sure already that all of you who are going for Hajj this year, you have started your preparation. One thing I want to say with regard to your preparation, make it holistic preparation. What I mean by this is, it should be at 3 levels. In terms of our mind, which means that you are learning the ahkam, you are memorizing the du'as, you are learning the rulings, you are trying to adapt as much knowledge theoretically as you can before going to the place of Hajj. So this is what I meant by this knowledge part or this mental preparation. Then at the same time, there is a physical aspect as well. Those of you who are going for a second or third time, you will agree with me. It's very physically challenging. Don't even compare anywhere near to Umrah. Even if you have done the Umrah, don't compare with that. Hajj is a completely different act of worship as compared to all others. It's very physically, exhausting, physically demanding. So from now onwards, especially for example, walking, get used to walking. Without exaggeration, on some of the days you will be walking maybe around 10-15 kilometers, which is not easy to not use. So please make sure that you are training yourself physically as well. And then last but not the least, this spiritual training as well. And if I want to put this spiritual training in one sentence, I would say that longing to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, looking forward, having this passion, having this desire, this intense desire to be in Allah's house, to be one of His guests. So on all of these 3 things, make sure that you are preparing yourself. The better prepared inshallah you are when you go there, Bismillah ta'ala, it will be more beneficial and more engaging and fruitful journey for all of you. Ameen ya Rabbi. Now, with regard to the virtues of Hajj, inshallah, Hamza will cover some of them, but this wants to mention very quickly 1 or 2. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he has summarized everything in one narration. He said that when a person goes for Hajj and he or she does not commit any sin, does not involve in any argumentation, and do not have any intimacy with the spouse, they return as though as they are born on that day. It's a new birth. For example, as we all know, when a person becomes Muslim, all the previous things are clean. They became like this, a clean slate. Hajj is going to serve the same role, the same purpose in your life. Inshallah, we'll come back with a clean slate, but we need to take those precautions which are mentioned in the hadith. Inshallah, I will speak about them more in the coming time, inshallah. Now, one more hadith, just to understand that how virtuous the act of worship is. That the reward of an accepted Hajj is nothing short of Jannah. One action for which reward is mentioned as Jannah is Hajj. One action which is declared as a new start is Hajj. And inshallah, Hamza will give you more, but look at this, they will see, putting things in perspective for you. That look, subhanAllah, how important is Amal, this action. Now, one thing I want to say, this is by the point number, if you want to count the point, so point number 1 I mentioned was holistic preparation. And I mentioned just 2 of the virtues of the Hajj. It's a reset in our life and it's going to be rewarded with Jannah, inshallah. Point number 3, and this is very important. Inshallah, Shaykh Hamza is going to deal this one in detail. This will be the main presentation on this one. The rituals of Hajj, the rites of Hajj, when is what happening, how to do, etc. Now, I just want to say one thing, not the detail. And that is, Hajj is not the time. Start learning the comparative fiqh. Okay, this mazhab says this says this is not the best time. Whatever mazhab you have selected or chosen, you are implementing, just stick with that. You know why? Because you are going to meet countless people. People will be doing bunch of different things, and some of them maybe even don't know why they're doing that. So don't be carried away by that. Rather, stick with your mazhab, whichever you are following. Number 2, make sure that you are in contact with someone, some alim, some scholar of that mazhab who can answer questions for you, because there's definitely going to be questions in your mind. Many of them about the ihram. Oh, I did this, is it okay, can I do this in ihram, etc. But make sure that you stick with your mazhab and you are in contact with someone who can guide you for your questions, because it's good to stick with one point. No need to confuse yourself by asking one question to 10 people, then they can answer them, be confused. I'm telling you this, inshallah, not from my side. Those who are going for Hajj every year, they give this advice that look, just follow what you are for. Now, point number 4. With regard to Hajj, we have been, you can say, emphatically advised that make sure that before you go for Hajj, seek forgiveness from the people around you. It may be, may Allah preserve all of you, may Allah bring all of you back to your families. It's the best state of life and you, but who knows? When is the appointed time? It may be when you are over there. So make sure that before you leave, you say goodbye on a good note to all your people around you. Be it your parents, your relatives, your siblings, your friends, community, because it may be the last farewell salam to them. And second thing, obviously in Islamic understanding, there's no need to prepare a will or wasiyah, because we know that everything Allah has defined for us. But because of living in these countries, we know we have to be having your will or your wasiyah ready. So make sure that even though obviously the wasiyah or the will will be prepared according to the rules of Islam, but make sure that before you leave, you make your wasiyah, your will ready, you leave it behind. Just if something happens, it should not cause any problem for your will. So this is very important. And lastly, if there is any debt, any current upon you, which is due, which you have to pay, make sure that either you pay before you go, or you make some arrangement, because this cut, I'm not talking about the long-term loan which are you going to pay off. Like some loan which is already due, which is already outstanding upon you. You have to pay an obligation right now. Make sure you pay off, or you make some arrangement. Now, point number 5. Before, it's not just about Hajj, it's about every single thing. But because we are talking about the Hajj, I want to remind all of us, make sure that you are very clear that why you're going for Hajj. What is your intention? What exactly you want to achieve? It is just like, okay, my family is going, okay, let's go this year. Not like that. So make sure that you are very clear about your intention, about your niyyah, about the why you are going. Obviously, there is one why which has to be there, and that is, I want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to fulfill my obligation. That is a must why. That is a must condition. But we can add on that. For example, like I said before, make sure that you make this commitment to yourself and with Allah that look, I'm going to start a new life. I'm not going to come back the same person. Hajj is going to serve that point, that my life before Hajj and my life after Hajj is going to be different. This commitment has to be there. And seeking Allah's Jannah, Allah's reward. And very important thing, make your intention that you are going to prepare for that last journey of death. Because there are many things in this process of Hajj. They are actually a reminder of the death. For example, inshallah, on the 8th of the Dhul, and you will be getting ready, taking shower, putting on your ihram, on all of that. That should remind you, brother sister, that subhanallah, so there is me taking this shower, putting on these two pieces of clothes, but one day people will give me the shower and they're gonna put these clothes on. And as today I am here voluntarily to meet Allah, one day I will have to meet Allah. I have to face my accountability. When you are part of that gathering of Arafah, this sense, this emotion should be there. That one day I'm going to be part of gathering like that great gathering of humanity, when all mankind has to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the accountability. So this is a very important integral part of this training, of this whole program of Hajj, that you are mindful of that journey. On every single step, you are reminding yourself about that. So these are just some of the things I mentioned. Everything obviously keep both. But what I'm trying to say is that right now, start thinking that why I am going for Hajj. Yes, it is obligation, but what else? And make this strong commitment to yourself with Allah that I'm going to change my life. Otherwise, you miss the point. And that's the reason. At least one of the reasons that Hajj is an obligation once in your life. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to go and to come back with this mindset. Now, point number 6. I want to mention some of the obstacles, or you can say some of the potential things. Please pay attention. Some of those potential things which may cause this amal of Hajj to be unaccepted. May Allah protect Allah. On the top of the list is, don't go for Hajj with a mindset of my package. I got this $40,000 package. I have these things as part of my package. Let me tell you, no matter what package you have got, there are people sitting here, they have more experience than myself, but they can testify to this thing. Nothing happened as my package. Go with zero expectation. If you are going to go there by focusing on the parts of your package, you will be in trouble, no matter what package you have got. But inshallah, if you go with the mindset, I have no expectation, let them deal with me as we want to deal. I'm not saying, obviously, you should do all the things. You should go for the good package. All of that is fine. But after that, don't expect that to be happening 100%. It will not happen. Take it from now. But inshallah, if you go with zero expectations, then you won't be disappointed. Then whatever you will get, will appreciate it. And second thing, subhanallah, I can tell you, brothers and sisters, you will be tested about your sabr like never before. Everybody will test you. Your own group will test your station. The people around you over there will test you. You will be tested. Unprecedented. It may be in terms of your accommodations, whatever. But they will be tested. Sabr, I know it's easier said than done. I agree. But that's what it is. There's no alternative. Because, like I mentioned in the start, La fusuka wa la jidala. No sinning, no argument. That's a condition for chapter 5. According to Hadith and Quran, there are 3 conditions. No intimacy with the spouse, no argumentation, no sinning. And obviously, Allah has mentioned this jidal, argumentation, for a reason. Allah is our Khaliq. He knows it will happen. We will start this argument with the agent, with the group leader, with our mates around us. So please make sure that you remember these 2 things. That sabr, otherwise it's a big day. You may end up all of you. You may end up being in an argumentation and lose your reward, which is an irreparable loss. That somebody made that journey of a lifetime and that lost. So these 2 things. Don't expect things according to your package, and get ready. Be prepared to have unprecedented sabr, because you will be tested. Next thing, when it comes to Hajj, all the rituals of Hajj, they have a great symbolism. For example, when we are going around the Kaaba, the 7th time, that circulation, obviously, first of all, in Allah's hukum, finish for us. Allah's order, do 7, or then do 7. But what about, is there any symbolism? Yes, there is symbolism. For example, it's going to teach you this lesson that from now onward, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be the center in my life. The center of my life. Which you can take a God-centric life. Maybe before my life was career-centric, or maybe family-centric. But be clear, these centrics don't deserve to be centric. They have their own places. Career has a place in life. Family has a big place in life. But be clear, we are required to be Allah-centered. So this circulation, this going around the Kaaba, you should remind yourself that, oh Allah, you make your ahkam your pleasure center in my entire life is revolving around. For example, the Sa'i of Safa Marwa. We all know the history. That why Hajj, may Allah be pleased with her, what a great woman. Why she was doing all of that? Because she was worried about that child. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us in this thing that yes, you have to do your struggle, but I will provide. If you compare the struggle of Hajj with what Allah did, there's no comparison, because her going between the 7 times has no cause and effect relationship between these two. Allah provided that, but Allah made it with the effort. She made the effort, but Allah provides. So likewise for our families, we have to make that effort, but at the end, Allah will provide. Likewise, for example, their sacrifice of which inshallah you do on the 10th, which will be done on your behalf, which is obviously. So which is like the sacrificing animal. So this sacrifice is also like giving everything for Allah, because Ibrahim alayhi salam was willing to sacrifice his son. So what I'm trying to say is that this symbolism in all of those rites, think about that as well. So when you're performing those rites of Hajj, you feel connected. And one thing I really want to mention, and I don't think that how much of us will be able to actually implement, taking the photos, going live on the Facebook. MashaAllah, I am feeling so blessed. Allahu Akbar next to Kaaba. Wallahi, it's very problematic. Look, taking 1 or 2 photos for the whole trip, by the way, 1 or 2 for the whole trip. Okay, understandable. But if you want to go live on the Facebook or TikTok, or you want to live with the family with every single step, what are you doing? You're not connected with that name, with that atmosphere, with Allah. You are still more connected with the people who are not there. So please don't do that. Especially in some of the places, it's like this is, for example, the Roda of Prophet, which is the blessed place. I mean, people are walking from there, like that. Wallahi, it's just honor. Pretty much everyone, yes, I agree, pretty much everyone. Wallahi, please don't do that. Who you want to show these photos to? There are better photos on the Google.
And the problem part is disturb Allah. So Allah will do it better because I'm already being disturbed. Problem is that, that doesn't may Allah forbid. I wouldn't want to be among those that won't take the sin alone.
Yeah.
They will take the sin for themselves. They are not of that. Thousands and thousands.
And like Sheikh Hamza was saying, for example, think about this, like sometimes people, they want, especially this typical photo, they want to do like it. What is, wallahi, this is real. You are making like fun of an act of worship. The best act of worship is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the mukh the ibadah, like essence of ibadah, is with the fun of that. Because you're not taking dua at that high, you just want to take the photo in that posture, that's it. So please don't do. I would say that in this time, this would be the big test for all of you. You will feel tempted, because I can take some video. Leave it. Just enjoy spiritually that journey. Just enjoy every single moment. You're going to have handful of days. Maybe some of you just going once and for the last time, maybe. Who knows? May that hit all of us every year. But maybe once and the last time. And you really want to miss all of that experience just because of 10, 20 photos and 10, 20 videos? Please don't do that. This will be a big test for all of you. May God protect all of you. Now, inshallah, I will end with this. During your entire trip, entire journey, focus on one, and that is ta'alluq billah, connection with Allah. There will be a lot of chaos, a lot of hustle and bustle. Oh, buses, daddy, who's there? It will be there. In the midst of all of that, stay connected. The connection is there. The heart is connected there. This is the root. This is the spirit of the whole journey of Hajj. That many things happening. In the midst of that, you are able, or at least you are trying your best to maintain that connection. This should be that one point. If you forget everything I said, no problem. Remember this. In the entire journey, this connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The heart is connected. Your tongue is zikrullah. This should be the top priority. And once you come back, when you are going to start your journey back home, then again that commitment. That's it. Whatever my life was before this, it will be different from now. This firm reminder, commitment on the way there.